to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I can't see if this thing is going okay. Well, I hope everyone is doing okay. Oops. Okay, this video is 1 week of no spend, lunch and dinner, and common food people run out of. I thought that was kind of important to investigate. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep a list of food that I run out of. So I was actually low on butter. And the reason is because I couldn't find any good price on butter. So tomorrow I'm going to have to break down and buy some. I buy 6 boxes of crackers. I buy 6 caffeine-free 2 liters of soda pop. That's one thing that's going to be going up. Okay, so I think tomorrow is Wednesday. So between tomorrow, Wednesday, and the next Wednesday, I'm not buying anything. Unless, of course, I need some hairspray like I do. I'm always running out of hairspray. I cannot be hairsprayless. Okay, so if you have food storage and you have water and you have tea, you really don't need anything. So what I'm trying to do is say to myself, in a day, what do I really need? I mean, think about a long, long time ago. Okay, I'm 70 and I can think back and we didn't have all this stuff that I have now. No way. We used to go to Unimart once a month or something like that. So one of the ways you can do a no spend is you can go into your stockpile and you see if you have enough food for 7 dinners. So today was $5 day at Ralph's. Sometimes I get this is such a good deal. Sometimes I get the whole body chickens, but I had bought quite a few of those, so I thought I'd go this way this week. And then I like to get pizza on Monday. Okay, so I'm eating pretty much carnivore at lunchtime. Today I had some kind of steaks and some sweet potatoes, and what's good about it, I broiled these particular steaks, but you can cook them on top of the stove, and I had a sweet potato. So you can cook those in the microwave. What have we here? Oh, chicken wing. Oh, I want to mention something. Have you noticed how expensive chicken wings are? Well, it turns out that a lot of keto people are eating the chicken wings. So I will have, there's a chicken wing and a leg. And then this is really good for me. Tomorrow it's going to be chicken at lunch. And I might have some salad. So this $5, so you figure this is maybe $1. And then I made biscuits. Because yesterday I made jam. Here we go. I used my homemade butter in this, and usually I use, butter that I buy, but that is good enough. These are good biscuits. And I also use my whey that I had left yesterday from making butter. I still have some left, which is wonderful because tomorrow I could make some fry bread. So I use my whey instead of buttermilk, and I have some butter, and I have some homemade strawberry jam. That's the whole reason I wanted to have, well, I wanted to buy the chicken. So I have enough food for sure for a week, and I'll probably just go week by week until I eat all the food down. So let's see, I don't have too much because I make cookies and I made the biscuits, and this was only 2 cups of milk, and so I also made cookies and biscuits, so I didn't have that much butter left, but that's okay. Tomorrow is a new day. So what I want to do is now eat the food down. That's how you save the money. You store the food up, and then when the time is right, you eat the food down. And then you go for a week, for a month, for a year. You know, around the COVID, when people were terrified that they were going to be jobless, oh, they cut back. They cut way back. They didn't want to end up homeless. Here's my homemade jam. I just made it yesterday, so I don't want to keep going over and over it. So it can be any kind of jam, but the homemade stuff is good, and so is the homemade butter. All right, let me show you what we've got. So we've got the Ralph's chicken. Now, if you go out for any chicken meal, it's going to be at least $5. I don't care how little it is. And so then, yesterday I bought these chocolate chip cookie mixes from Dollar Tree. And it calls for 3 tablespoons butter and 1 tablespoon water. And so here they are. I already ate a few. I also have some candy in my refrigerator, so here they are. I had some pecans that I had bought too at Dollar Tree. So these are pretty good. $1.25 is cheap for anything, you know. Let me show you. The chicken smells good. So I make a special point to buy the deals, wherever the deals are. It takes you, I have never really shopped this way, but what I try to do is I like meat and potatoes, meat and rice, meat and sweet potatoes. And if you find your meat for $1 per portion, I'm thinking these chicken meals would be enough for like a husband and a wife. Okay, so the first meal is chicken. I'm having biscuits, but potatoes and corn. So I took a corn out of the stockpile for this week. So this makes life easy. And also, so the carnivores, they like the juicy, succulent chickens, like the chicken wings. So also they are saying get ready for increases in chicken because of the bird flu. So I don't know about all over the U.S., but in San Diego, Monday is pizza, Tuesday is this already prepared chicken, and Wednesday is the roasted chickens. And I've been buying a bunch of awesome stuff there. Okay, so Wednesday chicken. Thursday is going to be simple Salisbury steak. Think about one of those TV dinners. Okay, you need a pound of ground beef, a 1/3 cup breadcrumbs, a small onion chopped, an egg, 2 tablespoons water. We always used to use milk. A tablespoon of oil. You make like a steak, you know, and you fry your steak, and then it is 1 can of Campbell's beef gravy with corn, mashed potatoes, instant, and corn. And then I made applesauce yesterday. So you know how the TV dinners have applesauce, little sides of applesauce? So I made all that applesauce out of 2 apples. I like this one. This is my favorite one, and it's simple to make too. you can make the, you can make like, it's like meatloaf the night before and then just fry it up and dinner is ready. Okay, so I have three biscuits too. Okay, number 3, so it'd be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is going to be hot dogs with French fries. And I bought this chili sauce. If you get this stuff cheap, this brand, this Southgate brand, this one doesn't expire until 2027. It is really good. Try to get the fresh ones. And I'll put some cheese on top, so hot dogs. And what I bought today is, when I was at Ralph's, I bought these last week, but they were another $1 off, so I got another one. So those are really good. I will freeze those. And I got one hamburger out of the freezer for my Salisbury steak. So if you're new to this, it starts getting easier, and then the more food you have, the easier it gets. So, okay, so Saturday is going to be salmon balls, French fries, and cucumber salad. So for cucumber salad, I have made pickled zucchini. You guys may remember. So just, here they are. Just drain the zucchini and put some sour cream, salt, pepper, sugar, maybe a little garlic salt on your zucchini, and then a little sour cream and dill. That's going to give you a good, or you can make a coleslaw, or I could make tuna casserole. Okay, so Sunday is going to be, okay, so back to the beef. Also expect spikes in beef, because the beef hay, you know, that they use for their beds and stuff is very low. And so the herds are very low, so they're saying it's going to take 3 years for us to get more herds. So I buy chicken, I buy steaks, I buy hamburgers. A lot of times I buy hamburger marked down at Grocery Outlet, but they also have those packets of 12 that are really tasty. So it's going to be pizza that I got at Ralph's for $5. It's in the freezer. And Dino chicken nuggets, which is really dumb when I can buy this good chicken. But I want to eat up my Dino chicken. Number 6 is going to be lima beans, but I was going to get the lima beans and I found butter beans. And so what I have is I bought some ham steaks. So I just cut the ham steak up, put it in the butter beans. If it's too gluey, I add a little water. It doesn't need butter because it's already butter beans and some cornbread. I'm trying to eat beans once a week because beans are pretty cheap. And it's also good for you. Oh, here's the salmon. So what happened to me was I got a good salmon patty and I just made them into balls. But let me give you their salmon ball recipe. Then I'll give you mine. So you can take a screenshot. So at one time I bought a case of these. But when I went to the senior food pantry, they give you 2 of these for a month. So that gives you some idea. Okay, so 6 is lima beans, ham, and it can be lima beans and bacon. It can be Vienna sausages. It can be anything, you know, that you like in your beans. Number 7 is breakfast sandwich. So I get a bun with egg and cheese and either bacon or sausage, and then I make hash browns. So I just grate the potatoes and then I just fry them in oil and flip them, and boom, there's your hash browns. Hash browns are getting expensive. I don't know why. Also, they say watch out for orange juice spikes. So I mentioned to you that I buy the oranges at Ralph's marked down. You know, I can buy tons of oranges, you know, for $1 a bag, and I squeeze them. And today I got a bunch of bananas. You know, there are places in the world that are having a problem getting bananas. And I also have a coconut back there. All right, so let me give you the 7 meals. Plus, it could give somebody, you know, if you're cheap, I'm not saying make life miserable, but damn near, no. But if you're like very thrifty all the time, it's gonna help you over time, not right away. I was watching this video on this guy, how to get rich. I've been selling how to get rich books on eBay, but he was saying the trick to how to get rich is you have to stay with it. I go, yeah, that's just like stockpiling food. You find 7 halfway decent cheap dinners and you just find the ones you like. I don't really mind any of these dinners. Okay, now lunches. I showed you several top ramens. Vienna sausages are good in top ramens, or a sandwich. Canned soup, okay, we've seen a price increase in canned soup, but I can get the big cans at Dollar Tree for $1.25. In fact, I did. Oh, that's another thing. I like to buy about 6 per month. So 6 cans of soup and 6 boxes of crackers. Okay, a lunch meat and cheese. I think I showed you guys. So I have plenty of lunch meat and cheese. I bought pepperoni snacks today, and I gave one. Here they are. There was a homeless guy, and I gave him one. So they're really nice. You know, they're like pepperoni or salami rolled in cheese. So we both had one. Okay, lunch meat and cheese sandwich. 4 pancakes and eggs. So I would have my strawberry jam. That's really cheap. I should make that maybe tomorrow. Grilled cheese or quesadilla. I like if I go out to a Mexican food place, I enjoy quesadillas. Number 6, rice bowl. So I have rice and I have some left in there. Egg, cheese, and beans. So it'd be, you can put the rice and the beans together, but I usually put them side by side, heated. And then I make usually like a poached egg. You just crack your egg into boiling water, not boiling too hard, but like just boiling, leave it 5 minutes, and then turn the heat off, cover it for 1, and then you have a poached egg in your rice bowl. You can use meat and cheese. So it's rice, egg, cheese, and beans. And then number 7 is bean and cheese burrito. Also, back to the breakfast sandwich, hot dogs. If you have those good hot dogs and you slice them in half and fry them, and then you put a fried egg and cheese, that makes a really good breakfast sandwich with some hash browns. Hot dogs with fried egg and cheese. Okay, now cereal is still going to go up because of wheat, corn, and oil. So those are other things we can expect spikes in. I mean, not staying up late, but if like you go to, one time I went into grocery outlet and the cereal was like 57 cents a box. I should have bought 6 when you see something like that. Okay, I want to give you guys the butter recipe. This is it. So what is good is, as long as you reserve a little butter like I didn't, you can always make butter if you have sour cream or cream cheese. So I made 2 cups milk that I got. I've been freezing the milk that I bought marked down. When I went to the food pantry, they gave us gallons. So what I do is I freeze them in my freezer. And so then I got quite a few of these. so you're not going to be running out of milk, especially if you have powdered milk. But when you get that's organic milk that I got for $2. All right, you boil, and you can use low fat, even non-fat, and then you save your whey and you make your biscuits. So you boil almost to a boil, a low boil. You boil your milk, and then you add, you can add salt. It'd be a half teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons of vinegar or lemon. If you have good lemons, that's good. It will curdle, so then you separate your curds and you keep your whey so you can make bread. I might make bread tomorrow with the whey. So you can use your whey just like buttermilk. Then you put the whey, you put 100 grams of melted butter. I usually use, no matter what size I make, if I make 2 cups or 4 cups, I only use like 2 tablespoons of butter, and then 2 spoons of sour cream or cream cheese. You blend that up, and then that's going to give you, it's like sour cream, but can be used just like butter. And then I will give you the salmon ball recipe that I like. The old-time recipes that are really easy to make. And if you don't have breadcrumbs, just cut your bread in little pieces, toast it on both sides, and blend it in the blender. That's better anyway. Okay, now here is the, okay, it took me a long time, I think I told you guys, to find this biscuit recipe. Mix 1 cup flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon baking soda. At all times you want baking powder and baking soda, because remember, during the pandemic there was no yeast. Everybody's home, everyone wants to make bread, and there's no yeast. There was no yarn either. I want to crochet some stuff for the baby. 1/2 teaspoon sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I mixed that together with my whisk, and then I heated my whey 1/2 cup. So make a well, and then just stir your flour mixture around to create a soft dough. And then make your biscuits, and then brush a little buttermilk. I didn't use whey this time. I used cooking spray. These are nice to have from Dollar Tree. But if I had buttermilk, 400, if I had buttermilk, I would have used buttermilk. So that is a good biscuit. Or you can make good biscuits out of Bisquick. All right, so that is the low-cost storable lunch and dinner for the no-spend week. Now, what are the foods people are likely to run out of? Well, it was kind of coincidental, and I never really thought about this. The food that people run out of is the food they generally give you at the food bank. Butter, oranges, corn, flour. They give you bread, but you can make fry bread and eggs sometimes. Sometimes you don't get some of this stuff. Milk and cheese. So if you know you're apt to run out of those, you could stockpile some. So the food bank gave us milk, bread, eggs, cheese, lunch meat, and meat generally. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, poor people now, 1 out of 8 are struggling to afford food. So you might be thinking, what do poor people eat? This is stuff we got at the food pantry too. And I thought, well, maybe that's why the poor people are eating it. I would have been going to the food pantry, but they ran out of food. So I thought, no, that's not a good idea, because, you know, things are getting very... We were talking about this, they admit to like 10, 15%. No, the cost of food is up at least 25%. Cereal, I usually eat oatmeal, pasta, potatoes, legumes, fatty meat, rice, and discount bread. And then what do the homeless eat? Granola bars. That one was kind of surprising. I guess that'd be like cereal that doesn't require milk, canned fruit and vegetables, and peanut butter. So if you store big bags of peanuts, you're always going to have peanut butter. And then, okay, so then there's grits, red beans and rice, and fried okra, which kind of makes sense because you'd have your rice and your beans and your green vegetable. Okay, so now you're going to do this. You might be thinking, I can't do a no spend for a week. I don't have any money or food. Okay, so what you would do is you would try to do a no spend for one day. So how you can do that is make some meal that's enough for 2 days, like spaghetti or enchiladas, or like in this case of the chicken. So the next day is a no spend day. Enchiladas with olives and cheese, find cheap meals, hot dogs and potato soup. It can be canned soup. Okay, so you go for one day and then you go for 2 days. So the ideal 2 days to start would be the weekends, because that's when you can do away with a lot of money. Then the next time when you start getting it together, go 3 days during the week, and then go 5 days during the week. And then eventually, all of a sudden, you find yourself able to go for a week. Okay, don't spend any money except for, this is what I'm doing, not just because I'm doing the no spend. This is kind of the way I live. Don't spend any money except food. You have to have food, and if you have water, you can have iced tea. I don't know why I was drinking so much Coke. I actually love McDonald's tea. Utilities, so I'm trying to conserve my utilities. Gas. Okay, one of my friends said she had this really beat up car and her mechanic told her, do not drive anywhere except to work and back. So the money saving trick there is don't drive anywhere unless it's absolutely, totally an emergency. And so when you start doing this stuff and you start doing it habitually, it's really a good idea. If you have kids, it's really a good idea if, like, you're one of these ladies living with like a senior mom. A lot of people do. Sometimes I talk to this guy at the gym. But if you're living with a senior and you make these meals and you have the leftovers, it's so much better. In the salon, sometimes right before payday, I mean, it would come down to there was no food in the house. I'd be hysterical. I watch videos from people in other countries. They don't keep any food in their cupboards, and they don't keep any food in their refrigerators, speak of. Maybe because they have power outage, I don't know, but I would say go for cans. So like a lot of, like if you're older, you can have crackers with cheese. Wasn't that what the poor people eat? Well, milk, bread, eggs, cheese, and lunch meat. So if you make up your sandwiches and you put them in the freezer, or if you have microwave food, or if you have, whatever food you like tuna casserole, spaghetti. Okay, so now I want to talk about the food pantry, going back to people running out of food. Okay, one day at a time on a budget. I watch her food hauls. One of the reasons I like going to the food pantry is to see what they gave us. So after about 4 or 5 times, I really started getting the hang of it. But her food pantry, it was really good. A box of eggs, cheese sticks, a half pie, a bag of salad, 2 onions, 5 tomatoes, 3 potatoes, a half gallon of milk, and then she got a pound of hamburger and a pound of bacon. So that's a pretty good assortment. And then I just found a new one, Food Pantry Haul Living with Linda. And I'm going to watch that tonight. So I'm looking forward to that, because all the food pantries are different. But what I'm interested in is storable food that I can eat next week, next month, 3 months, 6 months, a year. I try to find food 2027. Food Pantry Haul Living with Linda. Check out that. You guys will like it. Okay, so let me show you this in case you want to take a look. I'll go to One Day at a Time. That is a good channel. Even if you're well off, you might be thinking, why should I listen to that person? I'm a lot more well off than her. Well, if something bad happens and you know, bad stuff happens, a lot of people are suffering some delusion that we're not going to have bad times. So I want to mention pancakes, donuts, muffins, the stuff you would eat in the morning. So I mentioned this. I wanted to revise it because it's kind of like where I live, you have to be very careful. People, you can't trust anybody. What are we preparing for? Possible war, food storage, no money, power outage, pandemic, hyperinflation, conserve money for your car, conserve money for your utilities, depression, and famine. Also, having our food priced out. So somebody, like, the food could go anywhere. It could go to better areas because they might not want to deliver to bad areas. I cleaned all this up. And so also food wars, where countries would use the food to like starve out their enemies. So I cleaned that up and I took that down because of, you know, that's what we're preparing for. I want to mention some cheap meat. Tuna, Vienna sausages, sardines, oysters, eggs, and cheese. So if you don't have that much meat, you can get by on that because you can add it to a big batch of pasta or potatoes. So okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all. Bye.